What's up guys, and welcome back to another video for me. And today I'm hopefully going to have something that you guys are going to find very interesting indeed. Now, of all the times that I have gone around different forums for Forza, whether it be the official Forza forums or Forza Reddit, there's always one question that always pops up, and I see it multiple times, and it's to go with assists, specifically the clutch. Now people want to know, is it faster, how much is it faster, how much does it improve your times, what's the best way to set it up, and that's what I'm going to try and cover in this video. So what I'm planning on doing is showing you exactly what the difference is between using automatic gearbox, manual gearbox or manual with clutch, and what the difference is in time. So this is the Lotus Elise 190, I believe it is, on screen, and this is the car we're going to be using. This car is totally stock, no upgrades on it whatsoever. And what we're going to do is we are going to take it down the half-mile drag track at the test circuit. We're going to have 3 videos side by side. One of them will be automatic, one of them will be manual, and one of them will be manual with clutch. Now, with manual with clutch and automatic and manual, the biggest benefit you get is during acceleration. So when you're going up to the gears, that's where you get the benefit from whichever gearbox you, or whichever selection you make. So if you look at this and you see the difference in the times between the 3, and then think of all the times that there are acceleration zones on a track and you're going through the gears, you will see quickly how much of a difference manual with clutch actually makes to racing, and how much time you can save on track. It is actually quite surprising. I've never measured it. It's the first time I've measured it, anything like this, and I've never done it before, and I was actually quite surprised on how much time difference there is between the 3 options you've got. But what we're going to do, we're going to put this car on the track now. I'll show you all 3 side by side, and you'll be able to see the difference in the times, and hopefully it should be quite interesting. So if we rerun this and slow it down a little bit as well, so we get a better look at it, you can see as all 3 cars are coming up towards the finish line, we're going to pause it when the first car crosses, and you can see the manual with clutch crosses with a time of 19.967. You can also look at the percentage completion on the other cars to see the difference in distance. As we move along to the next one, you can see the next car goes at 20.734. That's a huge 0.8 of a second, and finally the automatic crosses at 21.117. So you can see from that, just by doing a half-mile drag strip run, you can see the difference that between the automatic and manual, the automatic and manual with clutch, and the difference between manual and manual with clutch. Now that's just on a half-mile section. So if you imagine when you're on track, how many times you go through an acceleration zone that's half a mile, you can pretty much see the difference in time that you can make on some tracks, and how beneficial it is to actually go from using, especially from automatic to manual. On this we save 0.4 of a second roughly, and then going from manual to manual with clutch, we saved a further 0.8 of a second. So that's 1.2 seconds on a half a mile drag run, just with acceleration. So I'm sure you'll agree that that is a massive difference when it comes to track racing. So this car is a B-Class 516 PI, and I will say with manual with clutch, it does vary from class to class on how much improvement you get. Manual with clutch and manual is definitely more of an improvement the lower down the classes you go. When you start getting to the P class, maybe the R class and the Formula 1 cars, the higher up classes, you will see less of a benefit from using manual with clutch, just because of the way the cars are. But if you race in D, C, B, A, maybe S class as well, you see quite a big benefit. Then I'll definitely suggest giving it a go. It does take a while to get used to it. It took me a while to get used to it, but once you get in the groove, you kind of become second nature, and you will wonder how you ever manage without it. You'll also see probably better lap times as well if you're on rivals events in the lower classes, So stick with it. If it doesn't feel like it's working straight away, I highly recommend that you stick with it and just give it a go and just keep ploughing along with it, and you will get used to it, and you will see an improvement in your times. So next up, I'm going to show you how I've got my manual clutch set up on my controller. I have altered it from the default settings. I know people that do use the default settings and they find it the best way for them, but it doesn't work for me, so I'm going to show you the alternative method, the method that I use, and how I find it easier. Okay then, so here we are on the controller options, and you can see me and my controller here. Hello. And this is how I've got mine set out. So with the layout, I've left it with layout 1, and the default setting is this setting. So you can see the handbrake clutch. Yep, you can see that's set to off. That's the default setting. So you've got the clutch is the LB button, which is that button there. And you can use that for the clutch along with the gears down here, so you can tilt that for you so you can see that. So the gears X and B, but what I find is this finger here, my index finger, I use for the brake. So to use the clutch with this as well, I'm going to use my index finger there and then use that finger for the brake, which I'm not used to, and I've tried it and it makes my braking horrendous. So to keep these two fingers on the triggers and enable me to, rather than use two hands, so that's that wrong button. So to enable me to use one hand to change gear as opposed to two. So if you're using LB, I'd have to do that and then that. I've switched it to clutch to the A button. And what I basically do is when I'm racing, I will hold the clutch and I'll go like that. Just brush my fingers over the button to change up a gear. And then when I want to go down, I'll press the A button with the bottom part of my thumb and then press X to change down with the top part. So that'll be done. Keep backing out of that. That'll be done fairly fast, so we can go through that quite easily and then just slide it to go up the gears. So I have, with the switch to handbrake and clutch, I've turned that to on. Everything else should be exactly the same. I haven't switched the gear up and down, that's still off. So X is my shift down and B is my shift up. So we'll just go out on track and you guys can watch me with my thumbs going mad as we take a car around the track. Okay then, so here we are on Catalunya National. I'm just going to do a lap of the track and you guys can watch, see what I'm doing with my thumbs and how I work the gears and the clutch at the same time with this layout. And yeah guys, so I hope you found this helpful. I hope for those of you that don't use manual clutch, you will consider giving it a go, because you will see an improvement in your lap times once you get used to it. And it may take a while to get used to it. It took me a while. But I'm sure once you nail it, you will see your lap times absolutely plummet and you'll be higher up the rivals and winning more races. So there you go guys, I'm just going to leave you with me doing a lap of this. You can watch my thumbs go crazy. And until my next video guys, I'll see you all soon.